In Bridport, Dorset, lies a craft fish cannery, the first operating in England since the 1940s. Set up by Charlotte and Angus, who, having both worked in hospitality, fell in love with canned fish whilst on a trip to Europe and set about elevating the humble tinned fish into something exquisite.
We didn't have a lot of money. What we did have was a good eye for a quality can of fish. So we lived off tinned fish, bread, tomatoes, and that started in Brittany with canned sardines, and then we went all the way down into Spain where there was a lot more shellfish and a huge variety of different species being canned. That was the real inspiration for Sea Sisters. We had a dream and an idea at that point, and it was really exciting, and then as life goes on, it kind of gets put to bed, and it was only in lockdown in 2020 that the idea was reborn, and Charlotte shouted out the window, "The tinned fish idea, that's what we need to do."
You know, you're at home and you start to have all this time and reflection and realise actually being together as a family is more important than the hours of hospitality. So that's what really spurred us on. And when we started the research and development, we didn't realise that there was no one actually manufacturing tinned fish in England. And we really wanted to bring about this idea of conservas to the UK. And actually, it's become bigger than that. You realise that 90% of the species that we eat here in England and around the UK are all imported. And all the fish that is landed ends up being exported to other countries. So what we're trying to do is, through all of these delicious recipes that we pair with the fish, to try species that the UK has to offer, like hake and mussels and whelks. And it's really wonderful that we get to experience people's first ever whelk.
I was excited about using my skills as a chef and translating that into the limitations of a tin can and trying to get the most amount of flavour in there as possible. We do a garlic and bay leaf infused oil. We do a chilli and garlic bay leaf oil for the mussels. Aside from oil, we do a hake with butter and dulse seaweed with lemon. So we've got a quality extra virgin olive oil that we're going to infuse with rosemary and garlic. This is to pair with the Cornish hake. So it's a very Mediterranean style can, simply hake, which we've salted, and then we've got the rosemary garlic oil and a few little briny capers just on top. Beautiful new rosemary. You can see it's kind of new season growth, super fresh, vibrant, and it's going to create a wonderful aromatic oil. So I'm just going to pop this into the oil, and then we're going to go in with some lovely Spanish garlic and pop it on. So the oil's now infused with the garlic and the rosemary. It'll just carry on infusing in the pot.
The brand's named after the children, and we want it to leave a legacy, and we want to do things the right way. Actually using fish when they're mature, they've had an opportunity to reproduce, and stocks are therefore abundant and managed properly means that we're part of being ethical and responsible. We're a small cog in a bigger wheel, and that's why we're really passionate about doing it the right way.